What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode here on Wide Eye Sports. Today, we're just gonna talk ball. We're just gonna talk ball, talk everything that's kind of happened in June so far. We're almost a week and a half into June. Mandatory mini camps are starting up right now. I think the Vikings had their first one today. I know most teams are having their first or second one today, depending on if they started yesterday or today. So there's lots going on in the NFL. I'm just going to bring up some topics and we're just going to talk ball, and I want to hear some thoughts. I want to hear some real thoughts on this. So a couple extensions have happened so far. Both Drake London and Christian Watson got extended. The first one wasn't as big of a deal, but the second one was kind of crazy. 4 years, $110 million for a guy who the NFL did a study on his hamstring because they're so bad. Like, he's never had 1,000 yards. He's never
Christian
played.
Watson.
Yeah, Christian Watson.
Listen, for the pod, once again, I would just like to point out that we are picking on another NFC North team. Once again.
Hold on.
Once again, we are shitting on the Bears. Or
Dude,
the Packers.
Hold on. Are you telling me
it's not a good
it's
sign by any means.
I mean, I brought it up at the beginning of the show. Like I led with it because it'll be the first thing we talk about, so like it won't leave the lasting impression. Like I got it out of the way. Like we got to talk about it.
Or we're just not it's bad. What's he doesn't have over 700 yards any of those years.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. And I mean, he's got good touchdown numbers for the games he has played. I'll give him that. Right? Like if you're given an upside, if he's doing this good while he's hurt, like he's had, in his rookie season he had 7 touchdowns, I believe.
7 touchdowns.
In 11 games. His best or his healthiest season was 2024. He played 15 games. Had 400 or no, sorry. He had 620 yards, and I don't even know where touchdowns are at. Why is this all out of whack? That's so weird that this is all there. It is. All right. Yeah, 620 yards and 2 touchdowns is his best. Last season he only played 10 games, kind of came on 611 yards and 6 touchdowns. By that standard, you could expect him to get to 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns by the end of the year. But I mean, over his career, Pro Football Reference does a 17-game average. It takes the whole career stats and splits it up over a 17-game average, and he averages 800 yards and 7 touchdowns 4 years into his career. And they're paying him, I think it's $23 million a year, which, don't get me wrong, it's not like they're paying him, they're not giving him legendary money, but
no, it's not top of the market money, but it is it's the type of money that a guy would get who has been there.
It's the type of money that a bona fide like starter would get. Like, okay, this guy's coming in to be the low end one on this team. I'm not expecting him to be prime Devontae Adams, but I am expecting him to put up 1,000 yards. Like, think about what that would get you defensively. Like, that would get you a linebacker and a D tackle. It just makes no sense to me. But the Drake London deal I felt was a lot better. I feel like I'm not a huge Drake London fan, but he's
a good receiver, and he's one of the better ones from that class.
Mm-hmm.
That was a loaded class, if I remember.
It was a great class, and he's put up 1,000 yards already. His best season is 2024 as well. He put up 1,271 yards and 9 touchdowns, 17 games. He played 15, 16, 17, and then only played in 12 games this season. But in 12 games, put up 919 and 7 touchdowns. I'm taking that. That's pretty good with Michael Penix throwing him the football. So take that with a grain of salt too. I think that's
all the cruddy players. All the cruddy quarterbacks throwing him the ball.
Now he's gonna play under the franchise tag, I believe, right? Isn't that what he's on? Or have they just not released his deal yet? I think they've just not released it. Yeah. No, they've just not released it. So we know it's a 4-year, 141,000 or $141 million deal, average of 35 million a year. I would say that's a little high personally. Like I wouldn't give him that, but
I
that's
feel like
because
all these contracts just keep getting higher and higher and higher, though.
they're always gonna get higher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like that puts you up making as much as Justin Jefferson does each year. Like 35 million is what Justin Jefferson makes annually.
Yeah.
It's only 5 million behind Jamar Chase. And whenever you're averaging, you're 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns every year. Like that's great, but that's not top end money. I don't see it as that anyways. But those were the couple extensions that I thought were bigger news. A couple of injuries to wide receivers. Ted McMillan's dealing with a foot injury, not believed to be serious, but he is dealing with a foot injury. And then a kind of a two for here, Mekhi Lemon. Have you guys seen that jazz?
There's already some weird.
His hamstring is already sidelining him. He hasn't participated because of a hamstring, and I'm not claiming I know everything, but I know hamstrings aren't a good thing to mess with. So I would be shocked if we
No.
see him before training camp. And hamstrings are real easy to re-aggravate. So especially at the receiver position, it's just not a great thing to have. So hopefully he gets back healthy. Other wide receiver news, speaking of Mekhi Lemon, AJ Brown. AJ Brown traded to the New England Patriots as we all knew it would happen, except for Steve, who refused to believe it until it did happen.
No, that's not. I literally, I was the first person to text in the chat that day, and I said, "Happy AJ Brown trade day."
Yeah, he said it sarcastically. Don't believe him. He said,
No!
"I won't believe it until Shefty tweets it out." That was his exact quote. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I can't even with this guy. He doesn't even actually.
That's the great thing about doing a podcast. We go back and look.
In your eyes, was it a good trade or a bad trade? You think the Eagles lost the trade? You think the Patriots lost the trade? I mean, it's a first-round pick and a fifth-round pick.
I mean, they traded a first and a fourth for him, so they got basically equal value back.
Oh, was it a fourth? I thought it was a fifth.
No. Philly traded a first and a fourth to get AJ Brown.
Okay.
To get AJ Brown.
Yeah,
so they basically got equal value back. I would drop back from a fourth to a fifth to have 4 years of AJ Brown. Like that's not, or 3 years or whatever it was of AJ Brown. So I think Philly kind of won this. They got out net even after having a good player who helped them win a Super Bowl. Yeah. And they got rid of a very and they got rid of a very toxic player. So I think Philly won it. I don't understand why Vrabel and the Patriots traded for AJ Brown.
Because the roots go back to Tennessee.
Yeah, but Vrabel sent him off the first time because he couldn't keep him under wraps. What does Vrabel think's going to happen this time?
Was that a Vrabel decision?
Well, it wasn't a Vrabel decision, but Vrabel didn't put his foot down and say it's not happening.
Well, this is the same guy that got fired the next year after taking Tennessee to the title game.
Yeah,
in 2019.
This is true. But they had Derrick Henry. Let's be real. Derrick Henry took that team to the title game.
Well, I understand that, but Tannehill was playing good football. That defense was playing great.
They were playing good football. They were, and I'm not trying to diss Mike Vrabel as a play caller and as a coach. He's been to a Super Bowl as a head coach, like schedule or not. He went there. Like he's a great head coach. I more am just worried about AJ Brown's attitude. I don't think there's anybody in the league that can keep that under control. And if you've already seen it eat your building alive one time, I don't know why you wouldn't willingly invite cancer in for a second run. I just don't.
I don't know, dude. I've read some weird things online about like some drama type stuff that was going on between
Tua and AJ, or not Tua, or Jalen.
Yeah, but who's that D end? They have a D end.
Which one?
Hassan Reddick. Hassan Reddick. Like,
I've seen stuff about AJ Brown wanting to cheat on somebody's wife. I've seen so much stuff. None of that really matters. All this is the common theme here is drama around AJ Brown, which is the reason I don't understand giving up a first round pick for a guy who got kicked off your team by the GM or you, whoever did it, got kicked off your team once because he was a problem, goes to the new place, great player, gets kicked off this team because he's a headache. It's just bound to happen again. And AJ Brown is so cheesy. The AI pictures of him in Patriots gear, claiming he's been a Patriots fan since he was a little kid, and he's always had a Patriots rug in his basement, even when he was with the Eagles. And like, yeah, I don't know.
That?
I don't like that. I don't like any of that. That all screams fake, liar, cheesy, toxic. That's all that screams to me. I don't believe a word of anything he says nowadays. Like, he's proven to me that you can't believe what he's spouting. So I don't know. What do you think, Steve? Who do you think won the trade?
I don't know. I think you're right. I think getting rid of a guy like that is addition by subtraction. I think that, we've already said he already helped them win so much,
Yeah.
and it's tough to root for a guy who is upset on the sideline when you're up 30 and he's not getting the ball. Like it was so weird after they won the Super Bowl, and a week later he was like, the joy of winning the Super Bowl,
I
you remember, and he was
Yeah.
like, I get joy from, however he said it, from killing guys on the field. You know what I mean? That's where it's just like, what, bro? Like, what?
Yeah.
Won the Lombardi trophy, dog. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't
know,
don't understand it. I don't understand.
Weird.
Spoon,
It's just,
do you have any thoughts?
Just classic wide receiver diva.
I mean,
not really. I mean, I see
him out of the division.
Well, I mean, he didn't really do much because Jalen Hurts struggled to get him the ball.
I mean, that's not true.
It is true.
That's not true.
Like last year, yeah, for sure. AJ Brown didn't do as much as he's done other seasons by any means. That's why if it's going to continue like this, then screw it. Just keep him on the team. Because now I'm worried that with him having an actual passing quarterback, that he's going to be pretty good in New England. That's what I think.
I mean, I don't know. He's going to be good. Like, don't get me wrong. But Spoon, you said the back half. In the final 6 games, he had 3 games over 100 yards and a game with multiple touchdowns. Like,
who did he play though?
He put up 110 and 1 against Dallas. He played 132 and 2 up against the Bears. He put 100 up on the Chargers. He put up 95 up on the Commanders. The only 2 bad games he had down the stretch were against the Raiders and the Bills. Everything else from week 10 on was a pretty good game. So I just
but even JJ McCarthy fucking tore up our defense, so I don't even look at that.
Yeah, but JJ McCarthy went 5-0 to end the season. You're just a hater.
I'm just that's how bad the Cowboys defense was. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, so another wide receiver news. Another wide receiver news. We're gonna stick with receivers here for just a second. Odell Beckham Jr. Thoughts? OBJ is back in New York. I think this is more of a pub stunt than anything. But
did you see him at training camp? Did you see those videos?
I haven't seen it yet.
He looks good.
Like, I mean, most world-class athletes look good against the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the guys he was running up against, like, I don't know, it was real slow and weird, and he was just like mid-season. It looked, I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to go out and give New York 1,000 yards, but I think he could be a good.
I think he could. I think he absolutely. If you gave him 150 targets, he could absolutely get 1,000 yards. But with Neighbors' injury and all this, I don't feel like this is a needle mover. I also don't think New York is going to be nearly as good as other people do. I'm not a Dart believer. They did best when they ran the ball really heavily last season, and I think their run game will be okay. I don't believe.
Well, it also hurt missing Malik Neighbors for almost the whole season.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree, but I don't think New York. I don't look at New York and go, "Oh, that's a 10-win football team."
No.
So that's all I'm saying. So like, I don't look at them with Malik Neighbors or without Malik Neighbors, with Odell Beckham Jr., without him, with everybody there, without anybody there. I don't see them as a 10-win football team. And who knows? I could be dead wrong, and Jackson Dart could come out and put up 5,000 yards and pull a Patrick Mahomes. That remains to be seen. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see John Harbaugh as an Andy Reid, where he's gonna be somewhere for a long time and move on and then have a bunch of stellar success. Will they be decent? Probably. He's a competent football coach, but they'll probably hover right around 500. It's the first year in new systems for everybody, first run at things. Like maybe in a year or two, if they're good enough to prolong it, maybe they get, to the point where we expect them to get to 10 wins. But I just don't see it year one in the system, year one under a new regime. It doesn't feel like, oh, this Giants team is just prepped and ready to hit the boosters.
I don't think they're going to reach 500. I don't think they're going to be borderline.
I think they'll be borderline. I could see them getting to 8 wins.
Their schedule?
No, I haven't looked at it.
They play the NFC West.
Oof. Oh. So there's 3 losses.
There's 3 losses right there. They play Jacksonville. They play Houston. That's 2 losses I see to them.
So let's see.
They play deep. Yeah. I don't think they can beat Detroit.
So losing all road games I see so far: Houston, Commanders. Oop, damn it, Commanders. They're losing every road game because they play their division, which is 3. They play the Rams, the Texans, the Colts, Seahawks, Lions. I think they lose to the 49ers at home. They lose to the Jaguars at home, probably. And then if they split I'm going to assume they split in their division. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. So if they split in their division and pull off a crazy one,
I don't think.
Now they may not split in their division either. Who knows? Like I'm not saying they're gonna. I'm saying I'm assuming. When I predict schedules, I generally assume division games, unless it's a huge discrepancy, that they're going to just split their division. It doesn't always work that way, but it's just my rule of thumb.
I think they'll probably be like a 6-win football team.
Okay. Steve, L'Jarius Sneed, how you feel?
Oh, he's back.
Oh, LJ Sneed, the dog.
How did it make you feel? What do you think of the move? I like it.
I mean, I like it. Yeah, I think anytime you add a veteran presence who's been in the big spots, who's helped win big football games, I think anytime you add that to your squad, it is only a benefit. That it's even better because he's already been there, and we've had in his side of the ball absolutely nothing's changed. Just his position groups coach is still the same, one of the best in the league, Dave Merritt. Steve Spagnuolo is still the head coach of the defense.
He's walking back in the door like nothing.
Yeah, dude, and it's just classic. Everything that the Chiefs have done over the course of the last couple of years has screamed like everything that the Patriots used to do. And this is just one of those classic moves. Let a guy go get absolutely paid and then get him back on a freaking $5 million gimme deal.
Yeah. I agree completely.
Here's the thing though, dude. He's been injured. There's no question.
Yeah.
I think he played 12 total games for them over the last 2 seasons. I think he played 7 games one year and then 5 games the other season. So,
that's exactly right.
And he's also had like some hamstring stuff. So
hammy's not to mess with, like I said.
And we were just talking about that. Like that's all. These are all things that we need to get around. That's becoming a super crowded room though.
Hey, that's a good problem. You never have too many.
It is a good problem. You
never have too many.
You're 100% correct. I just don't know who's going to play special teams, dog.
Rookies are going to play special teams.
Yeah, let's go put Mansour Delane on. Let's go put Mansour Delane on special teams.
He's under team control on a low end contract. He can get hurt. All right, but next up, quick note about before we talk about the big trade that happened and some other news. Jacoby Brissett is not going to hold out, but there's reports that he might hold in with the Cardinals, which is just the craziest thing to me, that the Cardinals just have their organization. They are the new worst organization in the NFL right now, I think. Like poor Marvin Harrison Jr. Like their wide receiver room, like they just need to clean house and let him go. This is what the Cardinals do, though. They just torture good wide receivers. That's Larry Fitzgerald. They did it for like 15 years.
Well, they have two really good ones.
Yeah, I know. They need to just cut them. Just let them go find good homes. They're just abusing their children. Just let them go find good homes. Like, it's brutal. Speaking of quarterbacks, though, Vikings quarterback battle. There's nowhere to go with it yet. Kevin O'Connell said today that he has an idea of when he will name the starter and kind of not de facto like say this is who's starting, but start to give one guy all the first team reps type of thing. You'll see it happening in practice, not so much be told this is our starter. So he knows when that is. I presume that'll be sometime in training camp. McCarthy and Kyler have been switching off starting first team reps each day of mini camp and OTAs. So like JJ will start first team one day and then they'll split reps, and then the next day Kyler, then JJ, then Kyler, then JJ. So they're truly getting like 50-50 reps so far, which in my opinion very heavily favors JJ McCarthy because this is his third year in a very complicated offense. And Kyler said today at the podium, the hardest thing for him right now is he's used to getting double the amount of snaps, and he's already trying to learn a new system, and it's very hard to learn the system while getting half as many snaps as he would usually get. So I'm not trying to say that the Vikings offense is like the best in the NFL, but it is one of the most complex in the NFL. I've talked about it several times. Kirk Cousins, his first year in this offense, didn't get it down through an entire offseason of implementation. And that's a guy who, to that point in his career, had a different offensive coordinator every single year and knew how to learn new offenses, knew how to turn that over really fast, and he struggled heavily. So Kyler, a guy who's known for not wanting to put in all that grindy style work, could struggle a little bit, and that may hold him back. I hope it doesn't. I hope he pours his heart and soul into it and does a great job, and the Vikings get an all-pro quarterback. We'll see. But the big news, the last news we'll talk about, Myles Garrett. LA Ram, Myles Garrett. Now, I'll tell you, Jared Verse is a good player. He is not Myles Garrett.
By a mile.
Yes. Did you guys see the Schefter report from today?
Mm-mm.
He said that it is more likely than not that after the Rams gave Aaron Donald their pitch of how they would use him, that he thinks it is more likely than not, that is the exact quote, that Aaron Donald suits up and plays for the Rams this year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you next. Do you think he comes back for sure?
Schefter said today it's more likely than not. So at this point, you got to think it's going to happen.
Today that it was likely not going to happen.
I read that it was more than likely going to happen because I heard that he was going to meet with them and they were going to go over what his role
They gave
would
him
be.
a pitch, and I think it was either Schefter or Rappaport said that it was more likely than not he suits up for the Rams this season.
Yeah.
So
that's what I read.
I shudder to think about what that team will look like with I don't care if he's 35, a 35-year-old Aaron Donald is still, there's the video of him and Jared Verse working out from like a year and a half ago. Do you guys remember that before last season?
Mm-hmm.
And Jared Verse is like, and Aaron Donald's just over there just powering away on some curls. And he's like, this is me retired, boy. This is me retired. The dude's a physically dominant freak of nature. And I'm not saying he's going to be all pro 2017 Aaron Donald, but by God, he'll be a Pro Bowl level D tackle sitting next to the all-time leader in sacks amongst an already good defensive line. Like, man, that's a steel curtain, purple people eater-esque like style D line that you would have there. And they just got why is the name escaping me, Steve? They just traded for him. Cornerback. Trent McDuffie. They just traded for Trent McDuffie. So sure up that end.
Watson.
You know what this does bring up to me, and I'll bring up the numbers here while we talk about this. Cap space. What?
There's no such
thing.
Cap
doesn't exist.
It does exist. It very much does exist. Very much exists. Where are the Rams? There they are. All right, so 28, perfect there. So they have cap room to do this, but you extend Stafford. Now, who knows how much longer he actually plays? You go sign Trent McDuffie for a big deal. You bring in Myles Garrett, give him a big deal. If you're going to bring back Donald, I don't imagine Donald would come back for like a $30 million deal, but I don't expect him to come back for $3 million. I don't expect the vet minimum. I expect like a $10 million, $20 million deal. And then Puka Nacua is set to become a free agent. And he's going to want $45-50 million a year. What are the odds?
They better win now.
well,
yeah.
I'll go one further. So Spotrac. Oh no, I clicked Spotify. So Spotrac. Let's see. We pull up Puka Nacua. Yeah. So he's in the final year of his deal, and he has made zero money so far. This is his highest paid year, and he's set to make $5 million. He's made less than $1 million his first 2 years. Last year he made $1.1 million, and this year he's set to make $5 million. So he has literally made no money from the Rams so far. And I mean he's average annual value $40 million at least, right? Like I would expect 42 to 45, because I think Jamar Chase is right at 40. So I mean, how do you pay that? You can't pay that many players. You just can't do it. So what are the odds? Are they just going to let Puka Nacua walk away with getting nothing in return? Or do they trade him? Do they trade him before the season starts?
This year?
This year.
There's no way.
No.
I think there's a 10% chance Puka Nacua does not suit up for the Rams week 1, and he suits up for a different team.
10% chance.
10% chance. As of right now, 10%. Could go up, could go down. But with all of his issues off the field this off season and him being due all this money next year.
Oh, see, but they have Devontae Adams making $28 million this year, and he's a free agent next year. They'll just let him walk, and they'll.
But you're not hearing. Puka. But you're not hearing what I'm saying. You're not hearing what I'm saying. They already paid those other 3 guys all that money. So if you pay Puka, you're now handicapping yourself and becoming unable to build a roster around those other guys. It's the reason I said that the Cowboys wouldn't extend. We all thought the Cowboys wouldn't extend Pickens because they can't afford to. They could franchise tag Puka, I guess. They could do that and keep him there for 2 more years. But then you have a pissed off player. Like I don't know. I think it's not a large percent chance, but I feel like it's about a 10% chance Puka doesn't suit up for the Rams.
I think they can clear some. I mean, they still have $21 million in cap space right now.
Yeah, no, they have plenty of space right now before you factor in other guys leaving that are on small deals.
Yeah, and next year they're going to have $68 million in cap space.
They'll have $68 million in cap space if they don't give Puka a deal, in which they'll probably have to pay him around $50 up front, because it'll be a $35 million cap hit and a $20 million signing bonus. So then they'll have 30, but they'll be losing Devontae Adams, potentially their quarterback. They'll be losing Aaron Donald, so they'll have to get a new defensive tackle amongst anybody else that they have. Now they have $30 million to replace 6 or 7 different positions, and you can't do that. And we know they don't have draft capital, so they can't just rely on the draft. Like it just
what do Rams say? What do Rams fans say?
10 picks.
Yep.
So it's just a talking point. I don't think it's like likely going to happen, but it's definitely something I see as a possibility down the road. I see it as a possibility, not a probability. Is that possible, not plausible? Is that better? Is that a better way to say that? Better way? Okay. All right. I have a couple of player comparisons for you boys.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm gonna pull them up on screen here. I'm gonna share screen. Share screen. All right, let's pull it up here. I'm gonna pull it up like this. We're gonna pull it up just like this. You guys see it? Okay.
Yep.
King Bren.
I see everything okay. So we got 2 players, receivers, receiving yards. Both have played 29 games in this span. Their average value is about the same. Their media perception and their other perceptions, I feel like, are not the same. I feel like these 2 players are looked at very differently amongst the media. Now, I could be crazy, and you guys could completely disagree with that, and we'll see. But any thoughts off the top of your head?
I feel like it makes sense for you to pick Christian Watson here, so I'm just going to throw one out that one of them is Christian Watson.
Neither of them is Christian Watson.
Okay, cool. So we're not going that route here.
We're not going that route here.
Is this? Yeah, this is. So they've only been in the league for 2 years.
Very similar receivers on paper. One guy does have more touchdowns, clearly more touchdowns, but yardage-wise, they're very similar guys. Usage, they're very similar. They aren't really used in the run game at all. Like, they're not gadget guys. They're receivers. I'll give you one is in the NFC, one is in the AFC.
Rashee Rice?
Nope, neither of them is Rashee Rice.
Is one of them Xavier Worthy?
Neither of them is Xavier Worthy.
Oh, the rush yard should have gave that away. That's
dumb. Yeah. I was literally that's where
I didn't even look at that.
No, you're good. You're good. One of them is an AFC West wide receiver, and one of them is an NFC North wide receiver.
About
Any
Courtland
thoughts?
Sutton.
Not Courtland Sutton. It is not a Denver Broncos wide receiver.
Jacoby Myers?
Not Jacoby Myers. It's not a Las Vegas Raider wide receiver. I'm ticking them off for you guys. So you guys.
What about Keenan Allen?
It is not Keenan Allen.
Oh, Quentin what's his name?
One of them is Quentin Johnston. Yes.
Yeah, Johnson. I said Johnson, but Johnston.
Yeah, Johnston. One of them is Quentin Johnston.
I would assume it's the one on the left, right?
Let me double check. I'm going to remove it from the screen. I'm going to double check. It is. I had to make sure.
He scored because I thought he scored a bunch of touchdowns last year.
I wanted to make sure. So Quentin Johnston. So I believe Quentin Johnston is the negative PR guy. I feel like a lot of people
100%.
Huge bust.
Yeah.
Absolute bust. Kind of sucks. Not really that good. That's how I feel like people look at him. And I feel like
he
people
was
look
a first round pick.
Yeah. No. I'm not disagreeing with those takes. I'm saying that's how people look at him. I feel like people look at player B as like a wide receiver 1. And I don't see it. And so I saw this online. I didn't find this full transparency.
Is this Rome Odunze?
This is Rome Odunze.
Dude, Cooner, let's start. We're starting. I'm telling you, I've mentioned this a couple times on the pod. My guy will never miss a chance
miss a chance
on an opposing NFC North team player,
As I should not.
Never. Twice in one pod video.
I will go ahead and say Rome Odunze, I am pissed off at him, and he will not be on any more of my fantasy teams. That's for freaking.
I mean, I have been. I guess what I've been saying is that I've been saying Rome Odunze is a bust. I think he's a bust, and I keep getting told he's the Bears' #1 receiver. He's good. He's so nice. He's so clean.
No, I had him in a what's the league? The Gauntlet League last year.
Yeah.
And I was tearing it up every single week, coming in like the top 3, and then my whole team just kind of had a down week, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm 1 point away from being eliminated. Literally, I just need 1 point." And Rome Odunze puts up 0.
Oof.
He put up 0 points for the first time all year, and I'm just like, "Yeah, he's done." I'm not on board with Rome Odunze anymore.
Steve is pretty pro Bears. Cooner, I feel like you're really not like one way or the other. You could care less. I'm pretty anti-Bears, as you can see in the background. Am I crazy?
To a Bears game as a Bears fan.
What?
It was a Chiefs game.
Yeah, I can't stand the Chiefs.
No,
I was gonna say if there's a team that I don't hate by any, or I would rather win or see win in the NFC North, it is the Bears.
Yeah. So I just say this to bring up he's not even as good as Quentin Johnston, and people continue to pump the tires. I do to be fully transparent. I think Luther Burden is a dog. I think that dude is gonna be the wide receiver 1 in. Rome Odunze will be lucky to touch the field.
But that's also kind of how the Bears media is. They always hype everything up for the Bears every single year.
Well, and it makes sense. Don't get me wrong. It makes perfect sense. The Bears are the largest single team market in America by a mile. By a mile. Next closest is Houston, but they have to share it with Dallas. So not really. So not that they're super physically close, but the fandoms are right all over the place.
It's just obviously there's more Cowboys fans in Texas than there are.
Yeah. And so the Bears have one of the largest cities in America, and they're the only team there. So the media thing makes sense. The media will always pump the Bears tires. But I hear normal fans talk about how good he is and how nice he is and how he's the wide receiver 1 and how I've seen people taking him over guys like Jalen Waddle and guys who are proven commodities in this league, and I just don't understand it. Just does not make sense to me. So
no, I mean, clearly
what?
Clearly
Go ahead. Sorry, I was just gonna say I was trying to dunk on you because I was trying to look up their drops. They don't have their drops on here, but they both have 4 drops. They both had 4 drops last year, and I was like, shit.
No, I was going to say, obviously, it was DJ Moore was the #1 receiver last year.
But he wasn't.
No, I was going to say, regardless of stats.
Regardless of stats, yeah.
Regardless of stats, he was clearly the #1. And I'm not dogging on Caleb Williams. He had a good year. But there were many times where DJ Moore was just missed wide open, and he didn't throw him the ball.
Yeah.
Many times. There's one that clearly
I got 2 more players.
I'm going to move on. Wide open in the end zone.
I got 2 more player comparisons here, so we're going to move on. This one, I believe, let me double check. Believe that I set these up beforehand. Yeah, these ones are QBs. And this one isn't. This is something I've said on the show several times. And so that's a hint. I've said this on the show several times. And this is this is not a dog. This is not a negative on either of these players. This is, I believe these 2 players are very similar. And I believe stylistically, statistically, how they play the game, I feel like they're so similar. Nobody else sees it. And I don't understand how nobody else sees it. But I've said this multiple times. 2 quarterbacks, both played in the NFC. Not at the same time. 2 different eras. I've compared one to the other. And this is through, so
is the one on the right? No, there's not enough games. That's not enough games. Never mind.
So the one, sorry. Let me pull it down.
This isn't career stats.
Yeah,
Hold on. This is through their first, I think whatever 34 games is, 2 seasons starting, through their first 2 seasons as the starter. of their team.
Oh, okay. Then the one on the left is Troy Aikman.
The one on the left is not Troy Aikman, but that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
I know you love to dog on Troy
Aikman. He is the most overrated quarterback in NFL history. You guys want? We want more hints.
Touchdown and interceptions. It makes sense. Steven, throw out a guess.
Well, they're two NFC guys.
Two NFC guys. One of them from our childhood. One of them modern day.
Oh, okay. So we're not going like super far back.
No, one of them started
2 seasons starting. So was one of them Peyton Manning? Well,
no. Their first two
weren't that bad.
So one of them starting when we were less than 10 years old, and one of them after we were born, and one of them is currently a starter for an NFC team. I'll give you a hint. One of the wide receivers shares a division with one of these two quarterbacks.
On the last one.
So if you can remember the last two divisions, one of these two is in that same division. One of these is career stats.
Who's an old quarterback?
So would one be Caleb Williams?
The one on the left.
Left? Yeah.
I believe is Caleb. Yes, it is.
Yep,
so
okay.
The one on the left is Caleb. Well, now you guys should have it. I've done this comparison to you guys, but I've never done it like this, but I've done it. I've said it. Maybe I've just said it to Riley. I thought I've said it to you guys too, but maybe you guys weren't on that episode or so. I know I brought it up on the podcast before, who I think Caleb Williams plays like stylistically, and it just so happens statistically as well. They're very similar players. This just reaffirmed it for me. And I was like, oh my God, they're this close statistically too. I got to do this. We got to talk about it.
Is it Kaepernick?
It is not Kaepernick. Spoon is very pro this player. Or I think, as far as I'm aware, he's pro this player.
What about Tony Romo?
It is Tony Romo.
Okay. I was going to say Tony Romo, but I was like, I don't think I've ever heard you compare them two together.
I have. So,
but the interception rate makes sense because that's just he's a lot of picks.
The thing between Caleb and Tony, the only difference between Caleb and Tony, in my opinion, is Caleb throws at the sideline so much that his passes can't get intercepted. Tony would throw over the middle more. And other than that, their escapability, like people forget Tony Romo, like they coined it the Tony Romo spin move.
Yeah.
Like he had really good pocket escapability. Now he wasn't out dogging and, dipping on people, but he was able to escape from the pocket and avoid sacks really well. They both have similar completion percentage, yardages, yards per game. Like they're very similar quarterbacks. Like even with the over double the interceptions, Romo's passer rating is still a little higher, and because he threw more touchdowns and had more yards, but they're just so similar. And do you guys see it all what I'm saying? I guess I maybe haven't brought this up to you. Maybe it was just Riley. But do you see what I'm saying when I say this? How that they're very similar players. And this is not a dog on Caleb. I think Tony Romo's a good to high level quarterback for a decade in the NFL. Like he played good ball. I think he had almost 5,000 yards one time in a single season, if I remember correctly.
He did. Yeah.
So I'm not
interested now.
This is Steve. This is not to dog on the Bears at all. This is just to say that I see a lot of Tony Romo in Caleb.
I think it's a compliment.
Yeah, no, they good. It's not a compliment or a
good.
Dog
he wasn't meaning for it to be a compliment, but
or a dog.
Or will accept it as.
Yeah, like I'm glad you think that. Like I'm trying to shake some allegations over here. Apparently, that all I do on this show is dog NFC North teams. So I got to try to shake these allegations. But yeah, I thought this was a really cool, interesting thing. Watching them play, Caleb just reminds me of Tony Romo. Like if you just silhouetted them, I'd be like, they're very similar. And then it just happened to work out statistically that through their first 32, 34 games, first 2 seasons as the starter, they had very similar stats. So I thought that was really interesting. And then here's the last one. Last one here is wide receivers. These are all wide receivers. So I'm gonna pull this down for just a second. I'm gonna get all these guys, get them right so that I have everything good. All right. And okay. Want to make sure I have the names in proper order and that I'm not misleading anybody. Double check. Okay, so let's back up. Okay, so as you can see, games played is low. This is through, I believe, their first 4 seasons. Or no, this is in the past 4 seasons. The past 4 seasons is what this was. So in the past 4 seasons.
Is Tyreek Hill one of them?
Tyreek Hill is not one of these receivers.
Is Davante Adams one of these receivers?
Davante Adams is not one of these receivers.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. I don't think some of these receivers are the wide receiver 1 on their team. I don't think of any of these guys as like bona fide number 1 receivers. Like, damn, they're just anywhere they go, they'd be a 1. I think they're low end 1, high end 2s.
Is one of them Jordan Addison?
For the most part. No, none of these are Jordan Addison.
Okay.
What about Juwan Jennings?
None of them are Juwan Jennings.
Devonta Smith?
One of them is Devonta Smith.
It's the first one. Okay.
It's the first one. Now that's going to work out well until you guys get the third one. I'm not going to be able to show you that one. Actually, I probably could. I just had to pull it off screen first. So Devonta Smith is the first one.
Okay.
He's the leader here. He has the most yards among these players, most receptions, highest AV, not the most touchdowns, but so I would say out of all of these guys, he would be either 1A or 1B for me. I would say he's probably the best on this list, and then you get down into like wide receiver 3, low end 2.
T. Higgins?
T. Higgins is not on this
list. Yeah, too many
list.
games played, buddy.
Well, I was looking at the 48. I was thinking, okay,
I was just thinking that too, bro. And I was like, there's no way.
You still think that's too many?
I'll give you a hint. The 48 does not play in the AFC. Plays in the NFC. Plays in the NFC. The first cover, the 68 games, currently plays in the AFC. And the 62 games currently plays in the AFC as well. Career AFC guy at 62. The guy in the 62 is a career AFC guy. The guy at 68 is not, but currently plays in the AFC.
Is one of these guys? No.
Is one of no? Never mind. That doesn't add up. Never mind.
Is one of these guys Keenan Allen?
Nope. None of these guys are Keenan Allen. One might be. No, I don't think he's as old as Keenan Allen. I don't think he's as old as Keenan Allen. I think he's younger than Keenan Allen. I think he's quite a bit younger, actually, to say that. None of them play for the Chargers. I'll give you that.
What about?
Waiting on it. Coming in hot with the guess. No? Okay. I'll give you the 68 games guy. Plays in the AFC East. The AFC East.
No, that's too many games, right? For Jalen Waddle?
Jalen Waddle does not play in the AFC East. He plays somewhere else.
Okay. Now, damn.
The guy in the third slot, I'm not going to give you that one. That one's too easy. I will give you the guy in the fourth slot, though. He does play in the AFC West. The guy in
Zay
the
Flowers.
the guy in the 4th slot plays in the AFC West. The AFC West.
Yeah,
Zay Flowers plays in the AFC North.
We got AFC East and AFC West.
The second guy, 68, is AFC East. And the fourth guy,
Garrett Wilson?
Not Garrett Wilson.
Oh, he's good.
No, he goes,
no, he's good.
He's not a number 2. Yeah, Garrett Wilson is a bona fide number 1 receiver. I don't care who anybody says.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I mean, I could see an argument where you're going to say Devonta Smith and him are kind of close, I guess.
No, I would take Garrett so. 10 times out of 10.
All day long.
Oh, I think Devonta Smith's really good.
Yeah, I think he's a really good 2. I think he's a really good 2.
Damn, I'm stumped here, dude.
All right. East, all right, I will say
wide receiver 2.
Why I look at them as a wide receiver 2. I said they may be the wide receiver 1 on their team, but I look at them as a wide receiver 2. Like Devonta Smith is the wide receiver 1 on his team. He's a Robin, not a Batman.
I was gonna say Khalil Shakir hasn't been in the league long enough, has he?
Nope, not Khalil Shakir.
But it's probably that team. It's probably Buffalo. Who's the other Buffalo wide receiver that I just can't think of?
What about Stephon Diggs?
It is not Stephon Diggs.
I thought Diggs for a second, but
Spoon is all over
none of it
right
makes
now.
sense. It's a Buffalo Bill receiver, but who's the other guy? Not Khalil Shakir. I can't even think of his name right now.
You said his name on the podcast already.
I did.
Yeah, look at it. He's just like, I did. This is so good. Oh, this is so good. You have said his name in the past 10 minutes on this podcast. Not since we started doing this one, but
no, it was
in
probably
this
the
podcast.
one before.
You said his name today on this podcast. It's maybe been 20 minutes ago. Maybe not been 10.
Jesus.
For sure within the past 20. He's in the AFC East.
Yeah.
You've gotten his team right.
Yeah.
You've got the team down.
Come on, Steven, help me.
DJ Moore.
What?
It's DJ Moore.
It is DJ Moore.
There you go.
Thank you. DJ Moore. It is DJ Moore. That was I told you.
So that's got to be your 1A 1B.
Actually, no.
Really?
I'm a lot lower on DJ Moore than most people are, though.
Okay.
I think he's cooked after not being able to beat out Rome Odunze for wide receiver 1 role. I think he's cooked. Ben Johnson's not an idiot. Ben Johnson is maybe the best offensive mind in the NFL. If DJ Moore wasn't cooked, he'd get him the ball. I think he's cooked. I think the Bills got fleeced. Well, that remains to be seen. However, we have 2 other receivers here. One of them
is AFC
currently
West.
Resides in the AFC West, and the other one is an NFC receiver.
Okay. Are either one of them considered ones on their team?
Yes, definitely. One of them is 100% considered a 1 on their team.
Okay.
Is one of these Rashee
in my
Rice?
In my opinion. What?
Is one of these Rashee Rice?
Nope. Spoon, you've also said
Jacoby Myers.
Nope, you have also said one of these 2 wide receivers.
Jacoby Myers is on the Jags now.
In the past 10 minutes.
Have I really? He is on the Jags now. Jeez.
You have actually said this player's name since we started talking about these receivers.
Damn, I keep
you
just rattling off
and I
names,
was like,
dude.
when you said it, I went, and then you just kept going, and I just went, oh, okay. All right, he's not going to say it.
Just keep rattling off names, bro.
Yeah, you have said this name on this part of the podcast. It's fantastic. I cannot believe it. I was shocked that you didn't guess it for him. It was before you knew the divisions.
Is it the NFC guy?
It's the AFC guy.
Oh. No, it's not Xavier Worthy.
You guessed him in the wrong division.
Zay Flowers?
Not Zay Flowers.
Oh, Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle.
Okay.
It is Jalen Waddle.
I did guess him in the wrong division.
Oh well, I just gave it away.
I didn't see. I swear I did not even see who it was. Did you see?
Steve, did you see who it was?
I saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just gave it away who it was. Hold on. Let me. For Spoon's sake, we will. I didn't know it would do that.
I didn't see who it was.
All right, Spoon. We'll give you a minute here. We'll give you a minute here to try to guess. I should have just pulled it down, Steve. I'm sorry, man. I ruined that. If you go back and pause the video, you can just see who it is. If you don't, skip ahead if you don't want to watch Spoon try to guess.
I'm not gonna lie. I forgot where Waddle went. Where did he go?
The Broncos. We'll give Spoon
That's
exactly
right.
1 minute from right now. We're 55-40, so you have to
NFC.
56-40.
Have I been close to this guy? Like, have I said his name at all?
Yeah, you said his name today, right, Steve? He said his name today.
Yeah, we talked about this guy extensively, did we not?
Yeah, we did.
Hey, can I give a hint?
Sure.
Guy 2 and Guy 3 recently played in the same division.
Is it Christian Watson?
It is Christian Watson.
Okay.
That's badass, dude.
It is Christian Watson.
Jesus,
It is
okay.
Christian Watson. So
I see that. I guess Christian Watson on the first receiver.
yeah, you did.
We had because I was like, you're gonna bring him up, and then no, you wait till the next one to bring him up.
Yeah, I know. You guessed him right away at the game. I was like, ooh, he's not gonna guess him again today.
Nope.
So Devonta Smith, $25 million. DJ Moore, $24.5 million. Jalen Waddle, a little bit more at $28 million, a little more guaranteed money there. And then Christian Watson at 23. My point with this was that he is making similar money to these players, and I believe these players are a tier above him for sure. Like, I would take all of those players in a heartbeat in a one-for-one trade.
Christian Watson over DJ Moore.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't?
He would.
Think I would. I think I would.
I wouldn't.
It wouldn't even be close, and I'm not a DJ Moore fan. Steve, you're the one who says it all the time. What's the best ability?
I agree. But I think DJ Moore's got a shitty attitude.
Yeah, but I would rather have a shitty attitude that can play football than a great attitude sitting on the bench because he can't play.
You're right. You are correct in that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
Right.
So those are my player comparisons. I hope you boys had some fun with those. I felt like those were pretty good ones. But do you have anything you want to add to the podcast update before we hop off here?
Yeah, real quick. We were talking about it earlier, and I didn't get to say anything because we kind of just moved on so quickly.
Yeah.
But just quickly, agree or disagree? Odell Beckham Jr.'s career is different if he doesn't play on MetLife's turf.
Ooh, I don't know. Probably
because
maybe?
That's his biggest knock, right? Like he had the catch, but he just was injured his whole career. But all we've talked about, I mean, not all we've talked about, but like a big talking point over the last few years is how many Achilles MetLife has sacrificed over the last few years, and soft tissue injuries that have happened at MetLife Stadium over the last few years. It's worth a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, even with that, he played plenty of games after getting out of MetLife. He won a Super Bowl with the Rams. He didn't play that whole season. But in Cleveland, he put up 1,000 yards with Jarvis Landry. He played 13 games that next year between Cleveland and LA. Played in 14 games with Baltimore the year after that. Didn't really do much. I don't know. Last time we saw him on the field, he was in Miami as wide receiver 3. Didn't really have much opportunity for him. The last time we saw him playing meaningful football was in Baltimore in 2023, and he was like the wide receiver 2 and put up 500 yards in 14 games. So I don't think it's a great move for the Giants, but we'll see. We'll see. It could have been a different story.
I think it could be bringing in some, like, I don't know, some too much attention to the locker room is what I believe.
Hey, that could happen. That could happen.
See.
All right. Well, we'll see. All right. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.